Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful that you're taking time to tune in and see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. All right, I've been picking up on Sigma energy, lone wolf energy. I talked in a previous reading about seeing a wolf one day cross the street. Blew my mind because in the area where I live, you don't usually see wolves. But I keep getting flashbacks of that day, seeing that wolf. And I feel like there's something going on with that, with you. You might be in a state right now where you're not surrounded by a lot of people, or you might be surrounded by a lot of people, but there's a disconnect because there might be a lot of toxic energy that you're surrounded by. A song was coming to mind. I want to get away. I want to fly away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've always loved that song. But I feel like there's this vibe where you just kind of want to get away. You want to get away. I feel like you've been on a journey for a long time where you've been that lone wolf. And I feel like you have built up so much strength. I'm definitely picking up on divine strength, emotional strength, mental strength, and perhaps even physical strength. You know, you might be working out. But you are so strong now. It's like any toxic energy around you, you feel allergic to it. And you just want to get away. So, if that's how you've been feeling, I get it. Because that's what I'm picking up on. Okay, let's start with an oracle card. Okay, they're saying this one. Let's see what's coming through for you. Thank you, Divine. What message do you have for this beautiful being? For their reading? Fire. Okay. This is passion. This is creative energy. This is your creative spark. It could also be conflict. There could be conflict that you're feeling around you. That could be some of that toxic energy that I was picking up on. Okay. Transformation. You have transformed completely. I feel like if you were to put a side-by-side comparison of who you are now to who you were 6 months ago, a year ago, 3 years ago, I feel like you're completely unrecognizable now. You are completely different. And it's not just like you went and got a makeover. Like, this is an inner transformation. And you shine from the inside out. So there's energy that people pick up on when they are in your presence. But it's not just because you look good. It's because you take good care of yourself. It's because you have chosen to love yourself in times where it was so difficult. I feel like you've had a lot of knives in your back. I was listening to the Backstabbers today by the OJs. What they doing? They smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place. The Backstabbers. Backstabbers. Yeah. You may have been going through a lot of that. What else for this beautiful being? Okay, that may be it for that one. Let's go on to this one. I feel like Divine is guiding me to find out more about this transformation and where you are right now and where you're headed. Thank you, Divine. What message do you have for this beautiful being? Soul radiance, Phoenix rising. Yeah, you're the Phoenix. You're the Phoenix rising. Like, your transformation is no joke. And it's so obvious. It's so obvious. Everybody can see how you've changed. And everybody can see how you've changed in the face of a whole bunch of bullshit. I feel like there have been booby traps put in your way, on your path. Tons and tons of obstacles that people have put in your way. Your soul is very radiant because of the way that you care for yourself, because of the way that you show up for yourself, because of the way that you have chosen to show up for yourself, even when you had plenty of reasons not to. Because the only thing that was flashing in your face was conflict. I'm seeing spears being thrown at you, daggers. Like all these demons surrounding you. But look at you. You got wings. You've earned your wings. Use them to fly. And I feel like that's what you're doing. I don't feel like I have to tell you to use your wings to fly. You already know what you're doing, okay? Miracles. Miracles are taking place in your world because of the ancient wisdom that you are allowing to awaken within you. All of these choices that you've made to love yourself in the face of conflict, when people were throwing knives in your back, when people were trying to betray you. It's one thing to betray someone accidentally, or accidentally. Maybe if there's something that somebody slips up and does and, you know, they make a mistake. But I'm seeing very intentional efforts to throw you off. I feel like family members have done this. I feel like a lover or maybe several lovers have done this to you. Yeah, I'm seeing it. We're in the minute of 7. So I'm seeing like lots of 7 of Swords type energy here. Betrayal. People strategizing against you. But you've chosen to love yourself through all of that. You've chosen to love yourself through the tears, through the anger, through the questions that you've asked the universe. Why me? Why you? Because you are one of those chosen ones that has access to ancient wisdom. Divine knew that when you went through this sorrow, when you went through this pain, you were going to use it to, you were going to use these opportunities to become stronger. And you are going to use the ancient wisdom that has awakened inside of you to help other people. That's what sets you apart. That's what makes you so beautiful, is that you know that you have a more meaningful mission. You're not here on this earth to shoot the shit. That's why you spend so much time alone. Yeah. You're one of those beings that doesn't mind sitting at the lunch table by yourself. You're like, fuck it. I'm gonna eat my meal and fucking enjoy it. I'm gonna eat my meal in peace. Because you would rather be alone than be surrounded by toxicity and by drama. And that's what sets you apart. There's so many people around you who can't stand to be alone. They feel anxious when they're alone. You feel anxious when you're around people who are nosy and cause strife and gossip about people for no apparent reason other than the fact that they're jealous of them. And that's why people have gossiped about you. Because they're obsessed with you. Why would anyone sit around talking about somebody that they absolutely, truly hate? They hate to love you, is what it is. You have people who have formed very disgusting obsessions over you. And have portrayed you as the demon that they really are. But you have miracles coming because you've chosen to tap in and tune into the ancient wisdom within you. You've connected on a very deep level with your ancestrals, and so you have ancestral wisdom that you're connecting with. This is sun incense. I gotta show you this. This is magical. Like, I use a lot of different types of incense, but honey, I got this in a variety pack. It's by him. Oh, it's doing something special. I'm not sponsored by them, but damn, I like it. Okay. Let's pull. I want to pull a couple of these. I'm going to start with these. Oh, dreams is on the bottom of the deck. You might be having vivid dreams. I feel like you may have gone through a phase where you were having a lot of vivid dreams. But also this is about your long-term visions for yourself. There are miracles that are taking place with your dreams. Because your dreams are your true destiny. What it is that you dream of having, 11:11 on the timer, magical. What it is that you dream of having, of manifesting, of nurturing, of creating, that is your destiny. You're so blessed to have such vivid visions of where you're going and of who you truly are. Because the self that you have visualized in the future, that's your destiny. It's not just like a fairy tale that's cool to think about, daydream about. No, that's your reality that you are creating. And all these demons that have called themselves getting in your way have actually helped you to get closer and closer to your destiny. That's the truth. Thank you, Divine. What message do you have for this beautiful being? Passion. Divine says to follow your passion. This goes right along with fire, because I mentioned fire. And well, I mentioned passion when the fire card came out. So it's very important that you are aligned with your true passions at this time. What drives you? What gives you a butterfly right here when you think about it? What gives you tingles and chills when you think about manifesting it? That's what you should go after. And that's what you should continue to create, because it's powerful, it's powerful, it's powerful. 12:34 on the timer. True alignment with your destiny. Okay? You are truly aligned. Justice. There's some justice that is taking place in your world. Okay? This brings balance. This also brings, it's a vibe of karmic lessons being learned. There are a lot of people in your life that have not liked you. They have actually acted as if they hated you. But it's because you shed light on their demons. Demons like to remain in the dark. So until you came around, there are a lot of people who were able to do their shit in the dark. Okay? And I'm seeing some really nasty stuff that some people around you have been involved in. It's like you're a justice warrior. Just your natural essence, your natural vibe brings about justice. Because it makes people uncomfortable when they're doing their dirt. There are people that you've been around that they've been very uncomfortable around you because they have been mistreating other people in their life. What keeps coming through, I'm like trying to avoid saying it, but Divine is like, girl, that's why you got this channel, girl. Speak the truth. Whew. They're saying that there are people that you've been around who have been cruel to children. And this may not apply to all of you, but it will apply to some of you. This is a message for someone. You are a beautiful being that brings justice for children. There are people who have done heinous things to children in their own lives, whether it's their own children or children that they have come into contact with. And those demons that have a hold on their desires, on their physical desires, are so uncomfortable when you come around. This is one reason why you have been attacked so often in your life. is because your light, your natural light that radiates from within, it radiates from your soul. It makes demons around you very uncomfortable. And this is one reason why you've had to understand and heal your own wounds. 15:15 on the timer. You've had to love yourself through conflict. You've had to love yourself as you heal wounds from your past. Because Divine knew that there was no way that your light would shine as bright as it needed to in order for you to do the work that you are called to do if you had not healed yourself. And so those wounds that you experienced in your youth, those wounds that you have experienced from other people who just simply attacked you because they didn't like your light. They wanted it for themselves, but they didn't know how to get it. They didn't know how to buy it. They knew they couldn't go out and purchase your light. But they hated you for doing the work and being willing to do the work that you needed to do in order to be able to shine your light. It's like you've been sacrificing your entire life. You've always sacrificed something. You've always had conflict. You've always felt like someone was trying to attack you. What is that they say? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Yeah. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. And you have a beautiful crown. Psychic abilities. Speaking of your crown chakra is lit. You have amazing psychic abilities, and a lot of these painful situations that you've been through have actually awakened, they've triggered your psychic abilities. You've always had psychic abilities, 1717 on the timer, but they were just kind of like there. But every time you experienced a betrayal, every time someone stabbed you in your back and it was someone that you hoped would be good to you for life, it took you to another level. You were able to unlock your abilities. That's a part of your passion. Whatever it is that you're passionate about now, beautiful being, it's related to your psychic abilities. So even if you're creating a business that doesn't seem to have anything to do with spirituality, like just the fact that you are who you are, you make your life's purpose spiritual because you are a truly spiritual being. So let's say if you have, I don't know, a company where you create hair care products, or maybe you make sweaters or toys, or you write books. It's like whatever you do, you use your psychic abilities to make your business magical. So there's going to be some magical element to whatever it is that you do. Even if it doesn't seem inherently magical or spiritual, it's going to be spiritual and magical because you're involved with it. You're creating it. You're birthing it. Empowerment. You're so empowered. This came through in, I think, the last reading. You know, I realized when I was watching the video, she reminds me of that lady, the actress in Law and Order. Is it Mariska Hargitay? I always thought she was so, like, her character in Law and Order seems so empowered, right? And this lady gives me that vibe. So that takes me back to justice. You have a vibe that brings justice to people. You have gifts that you use in order to bring justice. Even if it seems like it's on a small scale, it's really not. What you do is really important. Your vibe is very important. And somehow, in the things that you do, the things that you say, and in your overall vibe, you help people. You help people to feel seen and heard. And you bring justice to some people who have remained in the dark with their bullshit. But it's like when you step into the room, they already know that their demons aren't going to survive. Like when you get around people who just dwell in darkness, they start feeling like they're suffocating when they get around you. That's why a lot of them have tried to demonize you, because they want to push you away because you make them uncomfortable. But it's only because of their darkness and their dedication to their darkness. You know, we all have darkness. Hell, I mean, you can't have the night without the day. You can't have the day without the night. We all have darkness. Compassion. But it's about how you live with your darkness. You know? Do you drag other people through your shit? No, that's not what you do. And you don't live that way because you have a compassionate heart. You show true compassion for other beings. Okay, I want to lay some tarot. They're like, use this one. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. King of Swords, Page of Cups. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on here. I'm thinking something, but I want to wait until we pull some cards. The Hermit. I feel like that suits you. Okay. Wow, we got the Hermit, Knight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the Empress, Nine of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Star. This life that you have lived, where you have gone within, you've turned on your light within to understand yourself, to understand humans. I see you as being one with nature. I see you as being very relaxed when you're in your own energy. 2222 on the timer. You're such a balanced being. It's like your essence is so comfortable within your own energy. You're just, there's nothing that you need outside of yourself, truly. And that is very intimidating to a lot of people. It's this lone wolf energy. People want you to need them. And you just haven't been that kind of person. You've always found this sense of peace when you're alone. I feel like you are truly able to enjoy the company of other people if they have positive intentions. And because you're compassionate, where that compassion card came through, you're not judgmental. So you're not like, you have to be this, this, and this to be in my presence. It's not like that. It's just that you won't entertain any bullshit. And you definitely sniff out bullshit. Like, you know when somebody is off. You know when somebody's toxic. But this has been your path. This has been your journey. I feel like lately you've definitely been more inclined to be in your hermit energy. And this could be because of all the betrayals that you've experienced. And you're just kind of like, let me go ahead and go within and protect myself, right? I'm hearing Lauryn Hill, how you gonna win when you ain't right within? I can't rap at all. I can sing, but I cannot rap, so I won't even. But I'm hearing her say that. How you gonna win when you ain't right within? And so you knew that you had to get right within, and that's been your focus. You've been putting in hard work, and this is right under the passion card, okay? So you've been doing something related to a dream of yours where you've been nurturing your career, your creative endeavor, something that provides stability for you, but it also excites you because it's a part of your true life mission. And you've been giving consistent time, energy, and effort to that with the Knight of Pentacles. Okay? There's been a recent change. With this Hanged Man, there has been a change that you're able to observe in the physical realm. This is 3D. And it's evidence of your hard work. It's like being able to see that something is sticking, that something is paying off. But the thing is that you haven't just been nurturing your creative endeavor. You haven't just been nurturing your finances. You haven't just been building your financial wealth and paying attention to it and growing your stability, strengthening your stability. You've also been doing this on a spiritual level, nourishing your spiritual nature, nourishing your body. I feel like you've been making healthier choices. And so we have the Empress here. You've also been allowing your creativity to flourish by allowing yourself to freely create. Like, look at her. She's just like, it's like she's very comfortable in her creative state. And she comes across as just a pure spark of energy. That's what you've been doing. And so little by little, as you've been nurturing your fire energy in this way, and also making healthier choices to nurture and nourish your physical body, you are seen here as the Empress. You can say the Empress, the Emperor, it doesn't matter. Gender isn't significant here. But what you've been doing is, like, because of your inner wealth, you've been growing like a forest around you. You know how she's sitting here in the tall grass with the trees growing around her. That's what you've been doing. And that's the effect that you have on things and people around you, if the people around you are open to your greatness. If they try to shut it down, that's a different energy, you know. If they try to shut your energy down, they're only blocking their own blessings, because you will always flourish. Okay, because that's your destiny. So they choose their path, just like you've chosen your path. And if they choose to deny your accomplishments, your positive energy, then they're blocking their own blessings. And that's okay. You know? I already can pick up on that you're not one of those toxic people who gets really bothered when somebody doesn't want to be in your energy. You're just like, okay, more energy for me, cool. More energy for someone who will want it and who will allow it to energize them, so that they can then use that energy to bless someone else. You know, it keeps going. The wheel keeps turning. You got 9 of Pentacles here. So I see this as a definite continuation of your Knight of Pentacles, that steady energy that you've been putting into your creative abilities and your creative endeavors. So there's something that's flourishing here, but it has taken time. These are Pentacles. So it's not been something quick, but it is steady. Slow and steady wins the race could be one of your mantras. You know? I identify with that. On my ankle I have tattooed paso a paso, which means in Spanish, step by step. Because I have to remind myself sometimes to just slow down. Okay? We know where we don't want to go, but just slow it down, step by step. You will get there. And so I feel like with the energy of your reading, slow and steady wins the race is really a mantra that you've kind of lived by, and maybe reminded yourself of that it doesn't have to be quick. Because you don't want to be like a firework and then just blow out, you know what I mean? You're gonna last. Now with this 5 of Swords here, just before we get to the Star, this is definite conflict that someone has wanted to create for you. For some of you, this is coming across as more of an inner conflict, but what's jumping out at me is the people around this person. They know they're defeated. And you know, sometimes when a person knows that they're defeated because justice is playing out, they're getting a taste of their karma, they just don't want to walk away. That's why he's still looking at them. See, sometimes I look at this and I see the person here as the person who's like the troublemaker. But right now I'm seeing this as the person who has won a battle, but they're looking over their shoulder, because as those people are walking away, it's like, did they really walk away? Or are they still up to something? Because after all, it is still the Five of Swords. There is still conflict there. And the reason why this conflict is coming up is because you got the Star here. You are the Star. And it's very obvious that all the work you've done, all of the sacrifices that you've made have brought you to this place where it's time for you to shine with no apologies. Okay? So I want to take a look at this Five of Swords energy. Melting in the fall. Yeah, there's somebody who is truly feeling like they're melting. And it's because they know that they have made a series of awful choices. It was awful for them and the people in their lives. But they chose to make these choices, and now they feel defeated. But instead of just walking away and saying, okay, it is what it is. I made my bed, now I'm going to lie in it. It's like they're still up to something. That's why he's still looking at them. Divine, what is this energy of the Five of Swords? Okay, Divine says, okay, yeah, patience. Patience, because you're getting there to the Star. You really are already the Star. It's like this is what your energy has always been. It's just that now people are seeing you in this way. But patience is required at this point in time, because there are people who want to, they want to be in your light. Yeah, they want to be in your light. They see you as the Empress. They know that you're the Star. They see your Nine of Pentacles. And they want to be in your light. They haven't figured out how to take the light away from you. Why? Because it's your destiny. It's something you were born with. It's something that was always going to come to pass in your life, because it's written in the stars that you are the Star. But they want to take that away from you. They haven't been able to. So these people on their way out, as they are melting, falling to pieces, they want to figure out ways to take away from you what's rightfully yours. This is right under miracles though. 3333 on the timer. All of your collaborations, all of your interactions with other people are protected and secure. You have angelic protection to ensure that you see through the miracles that are unfolding in your life. They can't stop your miracles. Whatever this Five of Swords energy is, they can't stop you from achieving what's truly yours. Yeah, this conflict that people have been giving you or putting in your way is only helping you to ascend. And Divine is saying that this is a part of the path of someone who is constantly ascending, because there's always going to be someone who wants to get in your light, who wants to access it. Okay? There's always going to be somebody like that. Because there's always going to be somebody who doesn't like the life that they live. There's always going to be that person who is toxic as hell, and they choose not to focus on their own energy. They'd rather gossip about you, paint you out to be the bad guy. They'd rather do that. If they directed 10% of the hatred and gossip that they have directed towards you, if they turned that energy within and used it to build themselves up, to understand who they are, then maybe they would have a chance to get in on this Empress energy or this star energy. They could become that themselves, but they won't do it because they're full of jealousy and hatred and envy, and that'll never work. Doormat energy. Someone wants you to be a doormat. And it's possible that in the past, there was something that you did, especially if this is someone like an ex or someone that you encountered in your past. If when they interacted with you in the past, they felt like they could manipulate you in some kind of way, you've grown out of that completely. Like those days are very, very gone. And so now they want you to be in this doormat energy where they're able to, look, it's like they want to step on your, I'm seeing like the, what is that they have in LA? The star on the sidewalk. They have those stars, star crosswalk or something. I don't know, something like that. It's got the celebrity names on the sidewalk and the stars. They want to stand on yours and act like it's theirs. That's what I'm seeing. They want to claim what you've done as their own. They want to say that the energy that you have put forth to accomplish things, it's actually because of them that you're there. You know, it's not because of your hard work. It's not because of this Knight of Pentacles. It's not because you've been willing to see things from a different perspective and create transformations in your life and you've gone within to understand yourself and the world. No, it's not because of that. It's because of them. It's because of their gossip and their petty behavior that you're where you are. Okay. This is Delulu energy. Easily distracted. This person is very easily distracted, and every time they see some other success that you have accomplished, it's like they get another idea of how to try to stand in your light. They're very delusional. They want public attention, and that really is all that they're seeking. It's funny because I see with you, if you are in the limelight, if you do have a following, or if you have you receive public recognition, I feel like you're doing that, or you have that because it's a part of your destiny. It's not like you sought the public attention just because. You know, and some people do that. Like they have a talent, but then they rush into something because they want a following and they want, you know, the attention that you get when you're famous or whatever, but they're not really putting an emphasis on their skill. And so a lot of times people get ahead of themselves in that way. You were never like that, because you're shown here as the Hermit and the Knight of Pentacles. This is in the Nine of Pentacles. This is a very slow and steady energy where you have been investing in yourself. You've been investing in the way that you create. And you've also been investing in the person that you have been developing as, how you've been developing as a person, as a being, as an individual, as a spiritual person, because you wanted the quality to be there, you know? Thank you, Divine. Please show me more about this. Oh, I picked this up. Closure. Okay, so this is a person that you've already closed things off with. It's like, it's done. That's why I saw in the Five of Swords, it's like, it's really over. But as they're walking away, it's like you're looking over your shoulder like, I feel like you're still up to something, because you're picking up on the energy that they want to stay in your realm. They want to stay on your radar, but you made it very hard, because I feel like your energy is on lock. Okay, so you've got the Veil and opposition here. This person is trying so hard. So I just said your energy is on lock. Like you stay very private. I can already see that about you. But they're like peeking through things, trying to, in order to find a way to oppose you. They would love to bring some sort of harm to your name. But your name is blessed. and you've already been through so much in your life, there's nothing that this person could do to you, especially with you continuing to protect yourself. If you opened your energy up to this person and gave them another chance or allowed them to come back into your world, then of course, I mean, you know what I'm saying? But there's no possibility for that, because you're highly favored by the divine and you are highly protected by your ancestors and spirit allies and by the divine, so they can peek all they want to. I'm also getting with this card that they are using divination to try to peer into your world. They may be getting readings on you, trying to see what it is that you won't reveal to them. I mean, this person is coming through as very delusional and obsessive, so even if they did find something on you, it's like, what would that do? What would that do? You know? I don't know, like, do they want to know what color underwear you wear? Do they like what do they think having information about you is going to do? I feel like they definitely want to know information about any relationships in your life, any plans that you have moving forward. But those are things that you keep personal. Those are things that, you know, if they want to try to see through something, whatever, like, you remain private, but you're not afraid, and you don't need to be afraid. So just live your life. Keep doing what you've been doing, and they can remain the delusional hot mess that they've always been. What more do you want to reveal to this beautiful being, divine? Self-love. Self-love is always the key. And it's like, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you've experienced, I know that you, as the Phoenix rising, you know this, but no matter what you're going through, always love yourself through it. Always be gentle with yourself. Be honest with yourself, but also continue to be gentle with yourself. Okay? So important. 5 and 9 is 14, and that's the Temperance card. So this is about alchemy. This is about patience, which the Patience card came through. This is about balance. And this is about using all of those little digs that people have made at you, all of those attempts that people have made in order to get in on your energy and siphon it and twist it and distort it. Using all of those situations as opportunities for you to grow stronger and more adaptable. 42 on the timer. You have protection and balance as you move forward. Okay, there could be a child here, and in this card, there are tears coming from the child's face. I feel like whoever this is who has been obsessed with you, they are one of these people that you had, you know, okay, so Law and Order came through, all right, and you know they have the SVU series or whatever, okay? Also, it came through with that Justice card, and I saw that you are like, even if you don't say anything, your spirit is just naturally an advocate for children. I truly feel that whoever this person is who has been so obsessed with you, they are one of these people who has mistreated children. There's been something that this person has done that is both illegal and immoral, and they've done it behind the scenes with a child or children. This person's demons really don't like you because they stay in the dark and your light is too bright. They're so uncomfortable doing the disgusting deeds that they do because they know that your spirit does not stand for that. I'm seeing the tears in that child's eyes. That's one reason why this person is so obsessed with you. Remember, take what resonates. Okay, this message may not be for everyone, but if it's for you, take it and run with it. There's a death that's happening within this person's life. That's why they're walking away. 44 on the timer. That's why they're walking away, and they know that they're defeated. But it's like on their way out, they want to cause any sort of disturbance that they can, because they're angry that their actions towards you have led them to this death. What more, Spirit? Yeah, they've been using hexes and dark magic against you. Beauty spells, that's coming to me. Trying to... Okay, so a lot of times with beauty spells, what'll happen is a person is sending energy to, you know, cause breakouts or to do something, anything that could interrupt your beauty vibe, you know what I mean? But what this person has tried to do is siphon the energy of your beauty. And what they found out is that when they tried to do that, the intention that they set for you to become less beautiful, less attractive, it turned right around on them. And that's what has led them, because they have sent so much negative energy towards you. That's why they're now in this state of death. I'm getting that this person has tried to siphon your beauty in order to appear alluring to other people, and other people don't even want to touch them. They want nothing to do with them. And you know why? Because along with all that stuff they've done to try to appear more physical appealing, what they can't cover up is those demons that dwell within them. And so the only kind of person that they're able to attract is someone who is like the lowest of the low. Somebody who would give it up to anybody just to get some. That's all they can pull in. That's all they can reel in. That's all that they can attract. One thing that they wanted from you was your wealth. Because you being seen here as the Empress with the nine, I wanted to say knight, but with the 9 of Pentacles and the star, you're receiving wealth. You're receiving some money that I don't know if you expected it, but it's something that's coming to you as a result of your hard work. They wanted to interrupt your manifestation of this prosperity, and they wanted to siphon your wealth energy. And if nothing else, if they couldn't gain this for themselves, then they at least wanted to stop you from being able to get it. That's how nasty this energy is. What else, Spirit? They said that's all from that deck. Okay. Is there any additional information that you'll show us regarding this situation, Divine? What more can you tell us about this situation? Technology, electronics, internet, and computers. You've got an incoming call here. This person might try to reach out to you. I feel like you on blocky block, okay? I feel like this person has not been able to reach you. I feel like you have gone to extensive measures to ensure that this person can't get to you. What I just heard was, where there's a will, there's a way. Ooh, it's like in a demonic voice too. Where there's a will, there's a way. Ooh, go away. Go away. If this person didn't invest so much time and energy into loser type shit, like stalking people and trying to get what's not truly theirs, there would be no way for them to reach you. But anything that comes to you that feels off, allow your intuition to speak to you. Okay, because they might try to come to you through a different person. Let me ask about that. How would this person try to come to this beautiful being? What should this beautiful being be aware of? Okay, it's got something to do with your fortune and Sagittarius energy here. So we've got fortune. This could be a Sagittarius and Sagittarius. It's like they want to see and get information on any abundance that you're manifesting. They may have used technology to try to get some information on you. They may have looked you up. They may have access, or at one time had access to certain types of records. Okay? If they knew somebody that knew somebody, they may have tried to look up information about you. Yeah, they know that you're gaining wealth. Got shocking, Taurus, guilt, remorse, regret. There could be a Taurus involved here. There's something very shocking to someone who's been working against your energy, and it's caused them to feel guilty and a great deal of remorse. That's why we started out with the Justice card, because it is a season of justice. People are reaping what they have sown. It's reaping season. And I don't know if I personally delight in seeing people get karma. What I do delight in is seeing people have an opportunity to learn. 5111. There's conflict and a lot of change that these people are experiencing as they're trying to have new beginnings. But they're meeting obstacles and blocks. That's a part of their karma. They want new beginnings, but they're unable to experience them because they've created so much karma for themselves. So they've got to swim through all that mud, all that swampy water, that whole swamp. They got to get from one side to the other, and they're having a really tough time doing it because they made their bed and now it's time for them to lie in it. So hopefully with this karma that they're going through, they'll use it to learn some lessons so that they don't do this shit again. Because I don't think they're gonna, with this transition card, I don't think they're gonna be able to move forward with any intentions that are purely negative like they've been doing. Things are about to change for them. All right, you've got intuition, insight, fortune telling, and divination. This could be a player that's been trying to get in your energy or figure out your moves. And they've been trying to use emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation. So if there's someone coming back from your past that you already know is a no, keep it as a no. Keep it as a no. Thank you, Divine. There's evidence of someone who has tried to betray you or deceive you. And I feel like some of these beauty spells that someone has been trying to do to impact you has involved gluttony, or this could also be a part of this person's karma. They may be experiencing a desire to be greedy, you know, whether it's food or alcohol or anything that's really bad for their body. They really want to partake in it more and more. Morning after and SOS. This is what somebody wanted to do with you. They wanted to get into your sexual energy in order to create a state of chaos. This could be a player or someone that was trying to access your energy in the past, and they wanted to have you open up to them again so that they could create distress and turmoil for you. And it all goes back to the money. That's what they wanted. Throwing hands. Somebody wanted to fight. What were they wanting to fight for, Divine? What was the reason why they wanted to fight? Cloud 9 and frenemy. So they wanted to get in the way of your emotional fulfillment. There's someone here who wanted to block love from your life. True love from your life. I do sense that in your energy there is someone who wants to offer you true love, real connection. But this person is actually a frenemy. This could be someone who's the same gender as you, and they wanted to block you from this feeling of cloud 9. What is this love or this emotional? Okay, we've got King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. We've got Six of Swords and Page of Cups. So this could be love. They wanted to block you from love. They wanted to cause confusion. I wouldn't be surprised if they were trying to send spell work or do spell work in order to cause confusion or chaos within a connection. Yeah, this has to do with communication. So this frenemy could have used communicate. I see them like wanting to get in your ear so that they could talk you out of opening up to a love interest. And I can also see that if there is, like if they know a person who's interested in you, they would want to cause chaos there. Just a troublemaker, a petty troublemaker. With all this energy they've invested in you, they could have their own money, their own relationship, their own creative endeavor. I mean, they could have so much. This person could have such a great life if they had just put 50% of the effort that they invested in you into their world. They could have the best life. I'm living my best life. They could be doing that. Instead, they're like, okay, trying to see what you're doing and creating these petty ass attempts to try to break down your world. They will never. They will never. Ever, ever. Ever, ever. Thank you, Divine. I want to pull one more of these and then I'm going to close with an oracle card. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for this beautiful being? Trust. Divine says trust your visions. Trust your creative energy. Trust your passions. Trust the path that you've been on because you're headed in the right direction. I mean, clearly, the Hermit, the Knight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, which I see that is like a constant energy for you. You're always able, because of your willingness to go within, you always have the ability to gain a different perspective, which is what keeps you from being like these petty, toxic demons who are always in somebody else's business, always trying to get up on somebody else's radar instead of building wealth and love within their own world. If they would do that, they wouldn't be trying to attack you. But that's what sets you apart. You are the Empress. You have the Nine of Pentacles. And that little itty bitty conflict that they were coming at you with, they might as well just keep on walking. Keep on walking, keep on walking. Ain't nobody talking to you. Yeah, it's from back in the day. But that's what they need to do. Okay? Ain't nobody thinking about them. Ain't nobody talking to them. And that's because your continued efforts that you invest into your dreams and goals and visions, that is a huge source of protection for you. It's great to be aware, okay? That's why I'm grateful that these messages come through in the readings. But with you watching the reading and tuning in that way, you can just be like, okay, I know that that's there. If this is your message and it resonates, I know that that's there. But it's not a threat. Because you're divinely protected always. And you're the star. Always will be. Always have been. Always will be. So continue to trust your visions. Continue to trust in your path. Because it is divine. Let's close with a... I want to close... Ooh. Yeah, Lilith. Okay. Lilith is coming through. Okay, they're saying to do one of these before I go to Lilith. And then we'll close out with Lilith. With Mother Lilith. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have from this deck for this beautiful being? Ride the storm. Ride the storm. So if someone is throwing darts your way, just trust your visions, because that trust won't fail you. Trust in your journey. Trust in the process that you have already created of going within and trusting the divine. Okay? It says purge, purify, refine. Anything that you feel is like you need to let go of right now, and it's just like, oh. If it's hard to keep something in your life right now, and it feels almost like it's pulling away, let it go. Let it go. Okay? And what divine is bringing through is that a lot of times when things get rocky, when things get rough, sometimes it means that we're trying to keep something going that needs to go. So if it's going and that's the direction it feels most natural to go in, just let it go. Just let it go. Okay? I feel like that's just confirmation for you because you're already so intuitive. Thank you, divine. Ashe, Mother Lilith, what message do you have for this beautiful, beautiful being? Pluto, endings and regeneration. So as you let go of whatever that was, okay, I want to pull one card to see what you're letting go of. Just because I like to confirm, because sometimes in a reading you're like, okay, I think I know what this might be. What is this beautiful being guided to let go of, divine? Okay, the Hierophant. That's tradition. The way that you've been doing things just because somebody said to do it that way. Okay, so maybe you've been doing something in a certain way or keeping up with a certain tradition or way of doing things because somebody told you that that's how it's supposed to be done. Divine is saying live all the way outside the box. This is Uranus energy. Do it your way. Be a rebel. You know? I always feel like Lilith corresponds with Aquarius energy. It's freedom. Uranus, like do what the fuck you want to do. And that's Lilith energy. Don't be afraid to live outside the box. Don't be afraid to do things outside the box. If it's unconventional, great. Chances are nobody's done it before. Okay, so even better. You don't want to do things like everybody else. You're not that type of person anyway. Okay, so this is Pluto. This is coming from Lilith. Endings and regeneration. So divine is reminding you that whatever you let go of, there's something else better that's coming to replace it. Okay? Ashe. Misalignment can manifest physically as that uneasy feeling in the pit of your stomach. Pluto can sense this and likes to break everything down and remove what no longer serves you. It teaches us that beginnings and endings are intrinsically tied together. It is the natural cycle of life. Hidden wealth, inheritances, and debts are also a part of Pluto, indicating change in this area of life. Allow this transformative wave to pass over you. It will wash away the shadows that have held you back from activating your light. In ancient Greco-Roman mythology, Pluto was the lord of the underworld and hidden wealth, also known as Hades in Greece. He presided over Earth's lower realms and the rich gems, minerals, and metals found in the ground. Pluto is the planetary ruler of the fixed water signs of Scorpio. Scorpio rules alchemy, sex, death, rebirth, psychology, the occult, secrets, and transformation. While it's a malefic planet and can be difficult, a lot of things can be difficult. I love Pluto. I love Scorpio too. You get a healed Scorpio and a healed Cancer together. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm a Cancerian, so. And can be difficult. There is much to gain when your Pluto is integrated, as it can unlock your soul's hidden riches. Your soul's hidden riches. Pluto is a generational planet in astrology, so each age group has the same Pluto sign. While Pluto can create chaos, it also brings to light what we have swept under the rug to be healed. Understanding Pluto in your own life is tremendous shadow work, and integrating yours can lead to personal empowerment, we talked about empowerment, and evolution. The following is a brief alchemical guide to the area of life where you will experience ego deaths, change, well, I like to say awakenings, you know, because the ego is necessary, okay, but spiritual awakenings, change, karmic events, and transformative triggers. So this is the life metamorphosis according to your Pluto sign. So you can run your chart if you haven't already, and then take a look at this. Okay, so right here, you can screenshot that if you want. And I always put the link for your natal chart in the description box. So if you want to run that to see what sign Pluto is in for you. Okay. All right. Everything must come to an end. Wipe the slate clean and make space for the new. You got something new that's coming in, and it's beautiful. And it's not just your wealth. It's everything that you have manifested that is on your path. It's within your destiny, and nobody can stop you from manifesting it. That's the thing. Oh, they would love to. They would love to stop your manifestations. They've dreamed of stopping your manifestations. They've come up with so many plans to do this, and at the end of the day, they're just going to be sitting in the corner crying, boo-hooing, because they're going to realize that all of that energy they put into trying to knock you down, all they were doing was knocking themselves down. That's all they were doing. They could have built an empire for themselves with all the energy that they put into you, but they chose the path that they chose. They made their bed, and now they must lie in it. All right, beautiful being, I hope that you found this message helpful, encouraging. I hope that you gained some clarity from it and some good vibes. And I'm so grateful that you tuned in. Thank you so much. And I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.